You look at the bullpen now, obviously Edwin Diaz, the big issue of him getting hurt, having that ruptured patella tendon surgery, out 6 to 8 months, probably out the entire season. Although he seems to think that he may have a chance of coming back towards the end of the season. I don't know. I don't know too much about that injury, but if he comes back earlier, more power to him. But, you look at the rest of the bullpen, it might be closer by committee. And this is what I'm seeing a lot of this year, a lot of closer by committee team. You got, David Robertson will probably get the lead on that with Adam Ottavino, Brooks Raley, Drew Smith, maybe even an option to close out some games. I think Steven Nagosic will be making this team, John Curtis, Tommy Hunter, who was told he's made the team, and Dennis Santana, who the Mets kind of picked up late. What do you think of this bullpen?
I think of this bullpen is I trust Robertson. Ottavino was shaky at times early in the season, but not bad down the stretch. I think that the bullpen is one of the biggest keys for me to watch with this team, right? What is the bridge to get the ball to Ottavino and also get it to Robertson, right? Like, how is that going to look? That's where a lot of the question marks are in the bullpen. How are they bridging it to get there? I think if it's shaky, and I don't even think if it's not shaky, I still just think because for depth purposes, look out for the Mets to try to make a move to add a strong arm. Now it's about what will they give up for that. I think when you have a chance, as the Mets think they do, to win a World Series, you're going to have to shore up that bullpen, and you want to shorten the game, especially even through the regular season. You do not want to rely on Scherzer and Verlander pitching a lot of deep games and complete games are almost a thing of the past, but you don't want them heavily having to go 8-9 innings because you can't trust them ever in the 6th or the 7th to turning over to the bullpen. You need that. And so how do the Mets shorten that game? Do they add another elite reliever, even if it's somebody that's solid that can pitch the 7th and you're keeping Robertson as a closer? Do you get somebody who's got closer-like stuff that you can have them pitch the 9th and Robertson pitch the 8th and Ottavino the 7th? I think, look at that. I think the end of the bullpen, I actually do trust Ottavino and Robertson. Robertson's still older. This age we're talking about again, you worry about him getting taxed. This is where you miss a guy like Diaz. Look, losing Diaz hurts. Okay, it hurts a ton, and I'm sorry for you guys out there to think the World Baseball Classic is meaningless. It is not. He was out here playing with pride for his country, and it's a tough situation that happened. And we wish Diaz the best and would like to see him get back. But is it going to have an impact on the Mets? Undoubtedly. Do I think if you're a Mets fan, you'd like to see them shore up the bullpen with another arm? Yes, I think that should be one of their priorities. We'll see how it goes, but I think it should be one of their priorities heading to the deadline. What has to happen, though, Anthony, and you never know this early in the season, you mentioned some of the guys in middle relief. Somebody's got to emerge, right? Like sometimes this happens in the season where somebody emerges. Who's the 7th inning guy? Is it Drew Smith? Does Drew Smith have a solid year? Maybe you're looking at it and saying, hey, Drew Smith to Ottavino to Robertson is really strong here, and we feel really good about this as an organization. And even still with that, you always want to see how you can shorten the game. Can you get another arm? So I think there's potential. Somebody's going to have to emerge for those 6th and 7th innings, and we'll see who it is. But I think if somebody does not, I wouldn't be surprised if this team is aggressive even earlier before the deadline to add an arm to help this team in the bullpen.